Perhaps it's time for you to quit dating and regain your power. I decided that in 2026, I would give up dating. What I mean by giving up dating, I mean being celibate, being chaste, not being on dating app, not objectifying a woman, lowering my gaze, and definitely not having sex or dating. Why am I doing that? Because I feel that I'm in the point in life where I have given up porn, but I still objectify women to a certain extent, and I still seek their validation to a certain extent. Now, don't get me wrong. I objectify them so much less than I used to, and I seek validation so much less. I still feel that I would benefit tremendously from being chaste and celibate. When you decide to give up dating, you really put it aside. You don't you don't think about women. You focus on something else. You don't think about hooking up. You don't think about having sex. You don't think about being on dating apps, and you don't think about your future with women. You are just in the present moment. I think I'm going to do at the very least 6 months. And it could be much more than 6 months. But I'm going to try to do it as long as I possibly can, which is at the very least 6 months. Why am I doing this? Well, as it says in the title, to regain control. Because you have to understand, a lot of being with women, a lot of using your sexual energy, more often than not, is just wasting it. It's very different when you are with someone you truly love and you truly connected with, that respects you, that cares for you, and the other way around as well, obviously. But when you don't find this, when you're not in a hurry to find this, or when you can just use your time as a single man not to pursue basic stuff, which like hooking up, watching porn, being on dating app, so on and forth. You can use that time more constructively. You can build yourself up, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's being chaste and being celibate, whether it's meditating, being mindful, affirmations, working out, boxing, martial art, learning a new language, starting a new business, so on and forth. There are many things you can do, that you should do while you have so much time in your hand. Because by not being with a woman and by not chasing them and by not dating, you have a lot of time that has been given back to you, which is amazing. So you should use that time wisely, constructively, and also use that time to contemplate on what you truly want, who you truly are. Use that time of solitude to do something worthwhile. It will not be wasted. And more importantly, maybe it is good to be alone for us men for a certain time in our life to understand how it feels to feel loneliness, to feel that solitude, to understand that we don't need another person to stimulate us. There's nothing wrong with having a partner, but when you are not used to being alone, you might settle for a partner that is not suitable. You might succumb to peer pressure that is telling you to be with a girlfriend, that there's something wrong. You think people feel sad about you because you don't have a girlfriend. But I'm telling you to go the opposite way. Be contented with your solitude. Be contented by your alone time. Be contented by the ability to pursue other things while you are alone. I'm not saying that one is better than the other, but you need one in order to be better at the other. You need to be able to be alone, to be contented with being alone, to have a life of you being alone, to be able to invite another person in. If you don't have a life of yourself, if you don't have friends, if you don't have hobbies, if you don't have a purpose, a mission, goals in life, it is so easily to become needy and clingy and have someone else filling that void in your life. Because more often than not, we have traumas, we have negative emotions that we need to let go of, that we need to face in order to quote unquote heal ourselves, to be a better person for yourself, for the world around you, and more importantly, for the partner you will have in the future. Once you are on this level, once you are more ready, you can date someone. Once you're on your purpose, once you are more settled in your life, in your finances, once you are more settled with your mental health, with your mindfulness and your goals, it is much easier to attract someone that can just join your adventure. But if you're just lost and confused and you want someone to just stimulate you, to release that dopamine in your mind, to release those endorphins in your mind, and just feel a chasm in your life, a void in your life, that is the best time for you alone, because nothing good will result of having someone that is just here to fill up empty spaces. And that's all I need to say for you for now. Quitting dating is not bad. It is a good thing. Enjoy that solitude and build yourself up. Use that time wisely and understand that this time is not supposed to be hard. It can be hard, but it's supposed to be a joyful, contented moment in your life. So enjoy. Thank you so much for listening. I am Sebastian, your addiction recovery coach, and I'm here to help those of you who want to give up on desexualize their mind and other addictive compulsions and behavior. Links are in the description box below, and I'm sure I can help.